Yes, my people, welcome to liontekztv. Making sure you like and subscribe because every little helps, like Tesco's. You get me? They're so happy to have a very special guest on my show, man. Very first time on the channel, but I've been on loads of shows with him. He's an absolute real one. If you're hungry, you know what I mean, you could get your full Irish breakfast in the mornings. He's cooking them top gooners breakfast morning, afternoon, and evening. You get me? Like, it's a pleasure to have him on my channel, man. Mr. Shane Gooner, my Irish brother. What are you saying, my bro?
Listen, like I said, absolute pleasure to be on your channel. Absolute pleasure to be on your channel. Like you said, we've shared the screen many a time, and I have the greatest respects for you. So as soon as you get the call to come on, it wasn't a matter of thinking about it. It was just I got to come on with this guy and spit some facts, man. Spit some facts because that's what we do.
That's it, bro. That's it, man. Thank you for coming, my bro, man. Get me. Welcome people to the Fanzdem Experience show. It's a little bit different to, the normal Arsenal talk. You get me? This is just a show just to get an insight onto how people became the fans of their club. So it'll be people of different clubs. You get me? I'm just so glad to get my brother Shane Gooner, the legend himself, get me to explain his Arsenal experience from when he was up until nowadays. Obviously, the shambles we have to deal with nowadays. So we'll get into that later. But Shane, tell me, my brother, how did you get into the Arsenal, man? What's your journey?
Cool. It's actually funny because I started supporting them by mistake, and by that I mean in the estate I grew up in. I had friends my own age, but then I had two older brothers. They're twins, and they're 4 years older. So when they were like 10, I was 6, and when they were 10, and them and all their mates, we used to call them the big lads. You know what I mean? We'd try and play football with them, but they'd be for that age from 6 to 10. The difference is huge. They're just running rings around you. They don't pass you the ball or nothing. And they all had their teams. A load of United fans, loads of Liverpool fans, of course. And they were pressing me one day on the green. The older lads, who do you support? Who do you support? And I didn't really know any teams. So it's only 6. And I went home that night, and RTE, the Irish channel, used to show about 2 matches a year, 2 English Premier. Well, when it was the first division matches a year, and it happened to be that night where Aston Villa were playing Arsenal. And Villa had loads of Irish players. I remember my dad going, "Oh, Paul McGrath, he's Irish, and this guy's Irish, and Ray Houghton's Irish," and they're naming off all the Irish players. And but I saw Tony Daly. He was a player that played at the wing for Villa in the late 80s, early 90s, and he was just a speed merchant. And I thought this guy was the business. But I was so small and so young that I didn't know what I was watching really. And I went out the next day, and both teams started with A, so it had Aston Villa and Arsenal on the screen. And the big lads asked me, who do you support? And I said, "Oh, Arsenal." I thought they were Villa, so I said Arsenal. And then, not knowing I'd made a mistake, so then I was saying I support Arsenal. But very, very rapidly, I mean, within weeks, I was at my mum, begging her, "Can I buy Match magazine?" If you don't even remember Match magazine and Shoot magazine used to be the football magazines. "Can you buy me this? Can you buy everything?" Get posters. I remember she bought me a scarf. I still have it, an Arsenal scarf. It's faded now and stuff, but she got it for me in a shop somewhere in Dublin. And very, very rapidly, I became obsessed with everything Arsenal. Videotapes. I remember my dad got me a videotape, which was George Graham picking his all-time 11. I think the video was made in like 1990s, before we even signed Ian Wright. And because before the internet, I just watch it over and over and over and over. So then when I'm on things like Jez's quizzes, there'd be some bizarre question that I'd be able to get because it's just embedded in my brain, a result from 1950 or something like that, you know what I mean? But I became very obsessed with it. And again, before the internet, so you had to buy books on Arsenal history, and my wall was just drenched in posters. And I was obsessed with it very quickly. I was never a very good player. I liked to play in goals, but I was more just obsessed with football, and not just Arsenal. I remember in around 88, when I was about 7, I fell in love with the Dutch team as well. The Dutch team of 88 with Ruud Gullit and Van Basten and all. I bought that jersey. I have the 88 jersey. I adore it.
Van Basten's team.
Van Basten, Gullit, Rijkaard. They were just unbelievable, man. And that 88 Holland jersey, the orange one with the stripes, is still, to me, the best jersey ever made. But I do have it. I have a version of it now. But I was just a massive football fan. Everything about it I wanted to know. I wanted to know about other leagues. I wanted to know about World Cup history, collecting stickers, things like that. But Arsenal became quite an obsession around that time. 89, the game at Anfield. Again, it was one of the rare matches that was shown, but I only have flashes of it. So when people ask for my favorite Arsenal memory, I don't put it in because I was just too young. I remember flashes of it, but it didn't really occur to me how important it was. And then World Cup 90 was the following year, and that's when it just went to a different scale. World Cup 90 blew my mind. Again, I had a video on it. And from then on, Arsenal was everything I thought about. Everything I thought about, as I grew up. Which to the point where my mother got worried at one point. You know what I mean? So you're just obsessed with this team. But listen, you got to have passion. I tell my kids all the time, you have to have passions in life, whether it's music or movies. You have to have something you're passionate about. You know what I mean? You do have to have some passions in life.
100%, man. No, that's brilliant, bro. 100%, man. Like, them Dutch teams of the 80s were ridiculous. I've done my research on them, man, and boy, they were a different class, bro. Yeah. It's a shame they didn't win nothing. You know what I mean? But
they won that 88 euros, but that was it. That was it. They didn't win the World Cup. They still haven't won a World Cup.
Yeah, like in terms of World Cup. It's mad. It's mad. Big up AFC always, my brother. You get me? Big up, man. Yeah. He said Arteta signed more goalkeepers than Wenger did.
Oh my God, Kepa of all people.
Oh, bro, you heard that today, innit?
No, it's just. I don't know what part it's for. I really don't.
No, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But another thing I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite Arsenal team in terms of like your favorite team watching out of all the Arsenal teams?
Did you know what it is with this? Some of the ones that I pick would probably lose against other Arsenal teams, but I suppose it's about how you feel at the time, you know, like so. Like the 93 team, we finished 10th, and it was a 42 game season because there was 20 whatever teams in the league. They broke it down in the next couple of years. They relegated 4 and only let 2 up. So it was a 42 game season, and we only scored 40 goals in the league, right, in 42 games. Falling apart. George Graham's team was falling apart, right? Yeah. But of those 40 goals, I think Ian Wright got like 31 of them. You know what I mean? So it was just I love that guy, man. It's funny enough, I liked him when he was at Palace as a young lad because I saw the FA Cup final when he scored 2 against United. Again, I was only young, I was like 9. And then when Arsenal signed him, I couldn't believe it. But that team, even though they weren't great, they still had that defence, and they had Ian Wright, and Ian Wright was everything to me at that age, man. From sort of 10 up until my teens, Ian Wright was he was the player that when I did go out then playing football as a bit older, 10, 11, 12, I wanted to be like Ian Wright. And then he was the one that the older lads that my brothers hung around with, they'd know more about football, and you wanted them to like your team. But Arsenal had sort of fallen off a cliff a bit. But they'd always say, "Oh yeah, he's crap." But Ian Wright, I'd love to have him in my team. You know what I mean? He was the player that every fan wanted in their team. But that 93 team was special to me because they won both cups that year. They won the 2 cups against Sheffield Wednesday, beat them in both finals. And my older brother, funny enough, is a Sheffield Wednesday fan. So I was black and blue after that, man. Every time Arsenal scored, I was getting the arm punched off me. And then one of them went to a replay, and then we won. So I had three matches of getting the arm punched off me, and then we won them. But it's all a good fun. But I love that team. But I think for me, it's the 98 team. It's the 98 team for me because a year and a half before that, before Wenger started, we were in, you wouldn't say turmoil, but we weren't in a good way. Yes, Bergkamp had signed. Bruce Rioch was there. People say he signed him, but it was David Dean that signed him. But Dennis Bergkamp was there. But Tony Adams was coming to the tail end of his drinking, so he was just he was gone. You know what I mean? He wasn't there for anybody. He was in a bad way. Paul Merson had all his issues with cocaine and stuff like that. We were a bit of a laughing stock. And again, Rioch steadied the ship. He doesn't get enough credit. We finished 5th. But then to go from being a bit of a joke and to just thinking, how are we ever going to get out of this? People don't realize how quick it was. That when Wenger came in, that he had that half season and then a full season, and we went from being, I wonder if we'll finish 5th. And again, there was only sort of 2 Europe Champions League places at the time as well. It wasn't even, or might even still even be
the top 2 in it at the time.
So 5th was UEFA Cup, but to go from that to, and I don't just mean doing the double, to being the best football inside in the country in a season and a half, from nothing to that, it was outrageous. And I was in 6th year, like the last sort of year, 5th to 6th year in school, so that just when you're coming up to 16, 17, and from getting mocked all the time to just lads now saying, you guys are unbelievable. And Nelka just exploded. People forget how good that guy was. And Nelka was, he was a different level, man. He actually was more clinical than Henry. He was more clinical than Henry. He was more selfish, but in a good way. But he was more clinical than Henry. Like, he was 19, I think, when he was just shredding that league, man.
Yeah, he was ripping people apart, man.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Everyone to shreds, I remember.
Absolutely.
Everyone to shreds.
Every time Bergkamp played him through, he was gone. No one could get near him. No one could get near him. And so we had gone from and then we had Petit. And I remember then at the end of 98, so we did the double. And then that summer, France go and win the World Cup. And Vieira came off the bench in the final and set up Petit. And I was going from a year and a half ago, we were a bit of a laughingstock. And now two of my players are combining to score a goal in the World Cup final. It was such an outrageous shift that nobody saw coming. So that to me is probably the most special, because we had Overmars. It was just, again, electric. Bergkamp and Elke, Petit and Vieira were unstoppable. I mean, I remember Andy Gray breaking them down, going, I've never seen anything like this before. He says they're both 6'2", 6'3", and they're both with the ball. You know what I mean? And Tony Adams was saying it was the easiest season he ever had. He said we didn't have to do anything. The two lads would have cutting everything out. He said him and Keown were sitting at the back going, this is easy, you know. But that would be a special. I think the Invincible team probably would have beaten them. A lot of people say they wouldn't, but they would have been a great game. But for me, because of the speed of change, that to suddenly going, we're one of the best teams in the world from in a year and a half. Like in football terms, that's nothing. That's a season and a half to go from that to that. So that to me, that 98 team will be my favorite. I have the most fond memories of that. I think I have the most fond memories of that now.
No, quality, man, quality. Yeah, that team was a joke, bro. That team was a joke. And you know, the mad thing is about that season is, there was a period in that season, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was it October, November time? Around that time where we were struggling a bit, innit? We were
And we were 13 points off. 13 points off come Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
13 points off, and I think we won 12 or 13 in a row, just went off on one.
Ridiculous.
And I think we kept 10 clean sheets in a row in that as well. Like, it was outrageous.
We had quite a few 1-0 wins, I remember. Quite a few 1-0 wins to the back end as well. Yeah. No, it
was unbelievable.
That was one of my first. In fact, that was my first season I saw us win the title that I can remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. The 91 would have been way too young.
Yeah, I remember that one wellish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only lost one game that season as well.
Yeah, no.
You know, close to the unbeaten season.
Literally.
But yeah.
Madness. Another thing, Shane, what is your favorite Arsenal moment in terms of like what's it? In fact, let me rephrase that. What's your favorite Arsenal goal? Should I say
goal?
Yeah,
I know my favorite Arsenal. Sorry, don't do this.
No, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, sorry, couldn't cross it. My favorite Arsenal goal is actually my favorite Arsenal moment. But if you're talking about best goal, it has to be Bergkamp against Newcastle. It has to be. It has to be Bergkamp's turn against Newcastle. But then you have Henry's volley against United when he chipped it up. And then later you have the Wiltshire goal against Norwich with the ping pong passing. And there's so many. But for me, because my favourite moment is the Tony Adams goal, the fourth one against Everton at the end of that 98 season when he broke through, and Steve Bold of all people. Because that was, you know what, I always thought that I couldn't believe it was happening, because we had gone from, again, boring Arsenal to a year and a half to all the commentators, pundits worldwide saying we're playing the best football in Europe at the time, right? So it just began to change. And then for Tony Adams, who was called a donkey, to break forward, and Steve Bold to play him through, and Tony Adams then to volley at him with his bad foot, by the way, and just to have that, would you believe it? And then that sums it all up, because it did. But I remember thinking at the time, if this was a sports movie and the guy that was called a donkey broke forward and scored a goal, you'd go, this is ridiculous. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think that it could happen. It was literally like someone was writing a script for Arsenal and Wenger's reign and Tony Adams. And Tony Adams, again, had given up drink the summer before that. And Ian Wright, I always get emotional actually with this, because Ian Wright said that because he was the first to jump on him, and he's in the sun and he's like that, and Tony, there's a statue of him, like it's the one where he's doing that.
Yeah, that one.
And Ian Wright said there was an aura coming off him. He could see that it was just this moment in time, and he, like Ian Wright said, I was looking at him just going, it was like he was shimmering, like, you know what I mean? It just everything just, and Tony Adams said it was just this moment of peace he had, that everything just went away, and he just stood there with his arms out in the sun. And it gets me every time, because I remember thinking at the time, just, this can't be happening. There's no way that Steve Bold has chipped it through for Tony Adams. And then that's just the commentary as well. The finish as well. And just because it explained how far the football had shifted from the players were allowed burst forward And just have the commentator say there, that sums it all up. And that to me was just pure ecstasy, man. It was just everything came together. And that was like, this is why I love football. You know what I mean? So that moment. But in terms of a goal, you know, you have to have Will Tours when we beat United at Old Trafford as well. You know, Will Tours, we have to have that in there. But in terms of quality, Bergkamp's was just a different level. And then I remember reading his book and Martin Keown, Ian Wright, and all these lads in it saying people thought he didn't mean it. And they were saying he did that in training a few times. He did it in a pre-season game as well, where he did the little touch and spun. There's no way he would have spun the way he did if he didn't know where the ball was going to go, you know?
Oh, no, he knew
he knew exactly what he was doing. And then he showed strength as well to hold the defender off.
Yeah, because he held him off.
Because Bergkamp is my favourite player of all time, that goal is up there. But just the Tony Adams one, for the meaning of it and for everything that it meant to me, I'd have to just go with Tony Adams against Everton. It was just, everything came together. Like, and that sums it all up. You know what I mean?
And it did sum it all up, man, because the two most unlikely players to do that, that goal was just magical. I can't lie. That was just magical.
I could watch it all day, over and over. I could watch it on loop. And just sit there happily all day. That's all I need.
Like, can you believe it?
Oh, man.
Pull up.
Special times.
Like, that was just so fitting that it had to be Tony Adams to get the final nail in the coffin. That was just so fitting as the captain as well, man.
And do you know what's funny on that? Just your man. Have you ever seen that video of your man, your man Alexander Moneypenny, the so-called Arsenal fan? Or the guy that doesn't know who scored it. He's get Jamie Carragher's asking questions. He doesn't know who scored that goal.
Really?
Yeah. He's getting asked questions on the overlap or whatever it is, and he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that we beat Wednesday twice in '93. He couldn't name more than 2 sponsors. And this guy's out there representing our club, man. He doesn't know that. It was before I was born. So what, mate? You know what I mean? Has he never seen the statue? When he's at the ground, has he never once asked, what's that statue represent? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is... Sorry to get...
Those kind of fans, they're too far gone, bro. They're too far gone. Like,
that's the problem, isn't it?
They're way out there, bro. Honestly. Yeah. That's just a madness. Like, you'd think, like, supporting a club, you'd, like, want to learn the history. Like, to learn that when you won.
That's recent history, Lion takes. That's recent.
Yeah, that's not even
like. Not even.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even like long history. That was like what, 30 years ago.
Yeah, and he's 30 as well. I think he was born in '97. I think he says on the stream. So, but like, you know, I know who scored in the '79 final. I was born in '81. You know what I mean? Because I learned about it. You know, and just that Tony Adams moment is just. It's iconic. And the thing that I kind of repeat myself, the statue is there. Has he not once asked? Because you see the Henry one where he's skidding on his knees, you know, that was the goal against Tottenham. Or you see, you know what I mean? And so, and you see the Tony or the Arsene Wenger one. So the Tony Adams one, when he's like that, has he never once asked someone he's with, what moment is that from? And then he'd know. It boggles the mind, man.
It's like that doesn't cross these man's like that's just like, what's these statues actually mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. But you said that apparently he didn't know what more than 2 sponsors, did he say?
No, he had JVC and Fly Emirates. So JVC is our most famous sponsor, and Fly Emirates is the recent one. He didn't know Sega, he didn't know any of the other ones.
So he didn't even know O2 either.
No, O2 as well. Yeah, jeez. When we went, I never even thought of that. When we went to meet we had O2. I never even thought of that. Oh, man. This is why I cook them every morning, Lion Takes. This is why I cook them, because they're ones out there. He's on Sky Sports and all this guy representing us.
It's mad, yeah, because you think you'd know about that, because that's the most iconic season that you'd remember. You know what I mean? Because that was the last title winning season. So surely you would remember that at least. I don't know, man. That some of these fans, bro, I swear.
Oh, man.
Now, I see what you have to deal with, Shane, man, because I see your show every morning and in the afternoon, and I'm like, flipping out. Like the show that you did the other day, the one where you were showing the clips of Igal, was it?
Contradicting himself.
What show was that again? Was that yesterday?
That was the breakfast one. That was the breakfast one. Yeah, I did it about 2 days, 3 days ago. That was unbelievable. Like, same day, contradicting himself completely. It just shows he's playing a character, though. You know what I mean? 1 minute he's saying he's worried about transfers, and then he's telling us to calm down. But that's why I do it. You just have to get rid of these guys' credibility, so people don't think that's who's, because they're keeping this man in a job. At the end of the day, they're keeping him in a job. They mightn't think they are, but they are.
Yeah, they are, because you know, like a lot of these people, like, they watch social media, innit? It's a small social media era. So they're gonna be watching that stuff, and they're gonna see like fans like him and fans like Babs and all these man.
And go, everything's okay.
Yeah, like, everything's okay. Oh, let's just be patient. You know what I mean? The next season we might get a striker. We might get our missing pieces. It's like, how many more years do we have to wait, bro? Like, it's already been 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then next season they'll say the same thing. It's like, oh, we nearly got there. Oh, this
yeah, they'll do it again next year. They did it. They did it the year before this. They can't say if they don't finish it. He just moved the goalpost. But the thing is that when they're talking about a striker, they change it. They go, the board need to get him his striker. Not he spent 750 million and hasn't bought a striker. The board need to get, like, he's a child. But they do seem to think that if we get a striker, then suddenly we don't have a squad of 22 players. Suddenly we don't have injuries all over. Suddenly we don't have a high wage bill. They just ignore all the stuff that really kills the club and just go, striker done. But they don't seem to realise that we could get prime Messi and Arteta wouldn't know how to use it. They don't grasp it.
Exactly. Because he's a clueless manager, bro. He's clueless. Real talk, man. Big up to BBK, my legend. The legend in the house, man. Big up BBK every time. Big up Wuha. They said good evening. Big up Amphrob, my bro. Get me? Big up to Amphrob. He went to Link Gunner the other day. It was in Spain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was with Lee the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, I see the picture on Instagram. He was with Lee.
I'd say you're hanging today, mate. You're just hung over today.
I mean, big up to Mems Creamer. He says, big up Shane and Lion Text. Arsenal did it again, buying another Chelsea reject for 100k a week. Doesn't even make you feel sick. Bro, I'm sick to death of Chelsea rejects. I really am, bro. Like, I've said it I've said it in all of my shows. Why do we keep buying Chelsea rejects?
It's one a year now, mate. Is it 1 a year he signed? It must be 1 a year. Havertz, Sterling, Jorginho, 1 a year. He's getting 1 a year.
Yeah.
Of a team that's doing nothing.
Every transfer window or every summer, there's at least one.
Yeah.
Don't get it, bro, man. Honestly, bro, like, it does make me feel sick, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it, bro. Really sick of it, man. Big up to Chris Welch. He said, big up, lads. Hope you're well. Big up, Chris Welch, man. Big up, Gavin. Big up. Big up, Lord Doyle. He says, big up, lads. You're everywhere, Shane. Fair play. I know Shane's everywhere, bro. Every time I open up YouTube, Shane's there.
You see my mug everywhere, man. Come on.
No, I rate it though, man. Keep doing your thing, Shane, man. It's quality shows.
Gotta be done.
Quality shows, man. Trust me. Like, cooking them top gooners is like my favorite thing. You know what I mean?
It's a service I have to do, man. It's a service I have to do. We're doing a little league now. We're going to finish it, doing up we're picking 4 out of 12 to have it every Sunday. Then we'll round up how bad they were and give them points and rank them in a league. Yeah, one of the people in my chat, Peppermint Freedom, said you should do a league. I said, you know what, I will. I said that we started marking down how many should be in it, and we got to like 12, and that's even with putting 4 or 5 of them into one category of AFTV. Like, we just said we'll just use them all as one. And so there's 12. I said we're gonna have to break this down. I'll put up a post and they can pick the 4 they want, and then we'll just when we go through it all week, then on the Sunday roast show we'll just have a little league, and we'll move whichever one was the most embarrassing will get the most points. The gal's probably gonna win it. But
that's a sick idea, bro. That's a sick idea.
It's gotta be done. It's gotta be done.
No, it's quality, bro. Quality, fam. Big up to Chris Welch. He said, I would say I'm all good, but this concert nonsense over here is still going. I can't stand it. He's in the middle of a concert, like near his yard.
Oh no.
Yeah, man.
Big up Static.
Big up to Static, the legend in the house, man. Big up Static. Hope you're well, my bro. Get me. Static's in the house. Big up Brenny. He said, good evening, gents, and all the chat. Big up the chat and big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you're going subscribing to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Shane. Get him to 1K, man. He deserves it, man. He puts in the work. Get me 3 or 4 times a day I see Shane all over the place.
Always
man.
on something,
Yeah,
man.
he's
Always
on the
hanging
takeover
around
mission,
somewhere.
you know what I mean? He's on the mission to take over YouTube, man. You get me? Right, trust me, man. I love that. Trust me. Big up to Stack, man. Says 3 likes, like and subscribe. Smash them likes, people. You get
Come
me?
on,
And
dude.
subscribe to Shane as well, man. You get me? Get him to 1K, man. You get me? If you can, get him to 1K, man. Big up, man. Simply Ace. He said, I remember Ian Wright came late into football. Yeah, he came in what, 22 or something, I believe, isn't it?
22 when he started breaking into Palace. And he was 28 when we signed him. He was 28 when we signed him and he broke the record. Like, it's insane. Imagine we had got him at 21, 22. Henry wouldn't have got him.
Nah, he would have got probably like 300-400 maybe. You know what I mean?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
And
it's a big reason why Henry came to us as well, apparently. Henry idolised him when he was young. He idolised Ian Wright. Which you wouldn't expect someone in France when English football wasn't that big at the time. But yeah, Ian Wright, or Henry said it before that he saw Ian Wright play against PSG and he saw him play in the final against United, and he was like the movement. He studied his movement and stuff like that. So Ian Wright, man, it's just a shame that he's gone the way he has now with being a top gunner. But I still can't get mad at him.
I know, man. I wish like he was like more like us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get it. It's the PR, innit? That's the thing.
All of this.
It's just the PR, bro. Man. Big up to Mems Creamer. He said the best Arsenal team was the 97-98 team and the Invincible team. I can't disagree with that, man.
I'd love to see them play each other.
Oh, that'd be amazing, man. Honestly. That'd be mad.
If I do ever end up in that place in the sky when I'm gone, if God can do that for me, I'll say, please, can you show me what would have happened if we had played each other, man? And then I can you can just send me back down below if you want after that, and I'll be happy enough once I get to see that play out.
That'd be one of the best matches ever, man. I'm telling you, two quality teams, bro, going up against each other. Madness. Big up to Rashid, my brother Rashid, man. Hope you're well, my bro. Big up yourself. Big up Simply Ace. He's saying Arsene Wenger changed football from a defensive winning team to playing some of the best football in Europe. And he did. Listen, people, he did not need a process. I'm just letting you people know that now. How long did it take him? A year and a half.
A year and a half.
It shows you, people, it does not take long, people. If you're a good coach and you know what you're doing, it don't take you long. Yeah. It's because Arteta's a fraud. That's why it's taken him so long. And he still ain't achieved nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's
just for me, what explains him about that, what you're saying about just walking into a team. Ray Parlour was, I remember when Arsenal started the 97-98 season and then Overmars was making his debut, Petit was making his debut. We already had Bergkamp and Anelka and stuff like that. But I remember then they said, Ray Parlour's out right. And I said, why is he still in the team? He was our player of the year that season. Ray Parlour was exceptional that year. He actually got Arsenal player of the year. So that just shows he came in and he just turned from Ray Parlour from this sort of in and out with the team. Is he ever going to be good enough to one of the best right wingers in the league at the time? So that's a real manager. Like Eddie Howe does at Newcastle. Gets the best out of every single player. Where Arteta 60% out of every player.
Facts, bro. 100%. Big up to Rashid. He says, smash the likes as he enter. Big up the chat. Big up the legends in the chat every single time. I mean, big up to Mems Creamer. He said it has to be the 98 team because you took the crown from Fergie. Yeah, I can't lie. That 98 team, bro. Honestly, man.
Exceptional.
The football that we played, bro. And it was so hard to break down as well because it was defensively solid. Especially with right there.
Yeah, exactly. All of those, like the best defense in the league, and then you have the air and Petit in front of them. Like, the other four could just go do what they wanted. Then Overmars, Parlour, Bergkamp, and Anelka just go do whatever you want. The six, you're not getting past the other six. Like you're not getting past them. Just go do what you want. There, unbelievable.
And the attack just done what it wanted because the defense was just secure, just
so quick, devastating. Yeah, Overmars was. That guy was exceptional.
He was.
Gary Neville says it. He dreaded coming up against him. Dreaded coming up. You couldn't catch him. If you pushed the past it, he was gone. And he could score. He could cross. He could do everything. That guy. He never should have left. He says himself. He never should have left.
No, it was a shame, man, because he had left foot, right foot.
Everything.
Like he could dance past
Unbelievable.
nutmegs, except he had everything, bro.
Everything.
Like that game, yeah, at Old Trafford, he ran the show in that game, mate.
Oh, he was all over. They couldn't get near him.
Like they were terrified of him, mate.
Yeah,
I was watching
like
it back the other day, yeah. Because I was like flipping on. Let me watch like the full match from start to finish, innit?
We had chances.
Obviously, I've seen it before, but that was years ago that I've seen it.
Yeah,
so
you seen YouTube watching it.
And I was just like, flipping, no, we're ripping them apart, you know. Like every time Overmars got the ball, he was dancing past Gary Neville like he weren't there. He should have had a penalty in that game. He got wiped out in the box, nothing given. And then that goal he scored. Oh, mate.
And then the famous of your man in the crowd losing it, you know, with the slab of the beer losing it.
That man.
He got famous through that, man. He said I saw an interview with him the next year. They had him at the next time he played at Old Trafford the following season, and they followed him around with cameras, and there's just people buying him points and all, man. Everybody loving him. You're the guy from it's getting 3 points off everybody. But that was Overmars saved a couple of Overmars chances in that game as well. Like we could have scored 2 or 3 early, but then it wasn't until the 80th minute or something we scored. But Overmars, he was just one of those. Every time he got the ball, everyone stood up. You just go, he's going to do something, and he never sort of stopped or slowed down. He just same thing every time. I'm run at you. No matter how many times he lost it, as soon as he got the ball, he'd do it again and again and again. For a right back, it must have been a nightmare. You'd just be like, please stop running at me. Please stop running at me.
Yeah, probably like, this guy keeps running at me, man. He just keeps
Gary Neville said it. He said Gary Neville said you'd be dizzy after it because he's just running at you all the time, like, and you can't. And if he knocks it by you, you just know you're gone. You're not catching him.
Not catching him.
Brilliant.
That is too quick, man. Crazy. Big up to Brenny. Big up Brenny. He said that 93 Cup double squad top 4 nonsense didn't exist back then.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, I just remember that we won 2 cups. The rest didn't matter.
Exactly. Won 2 trophies, and that's the main thing. Big up Waha. He's saying so Paul Merson and Robbie Fowler would make for a good linesman.
They both like the sniff, all right, too.
Yeah, I remember that Robbie Fowler celebration. You remember that?
6 game ban he got for that.
I was
6 game ban.
Yeah. He was a madman for doing that.
He was some finisher up, man. He was one of the best finishers I've ever seen.
Bruv, I hated when he played against us. Honestly,
remember the hat trick in 4 minutes or something when he ripped us apart?
Like, I've never seen anyone do that.
Always score. And that was against that defense as well, man. That was
a quality defense. I'm like,
he was only about 19 at the time as well.
Yeah, he was just ridiculous, bro.
Oh.
One of the best finishers I've seen in English football.
Without a doubt. Right, head, brave, quick. He wasn't even that quick, but he didn't need to be. But unbelievable. Inside the box. What a player, man.
In the
just
box. Ridiculous. Bro. Big up to Simply Ace. He said there were a few players in between before Wenger made them into a force. Yeah.
A few years in between. Yeah. No, we won the double after a year and a half. So
yeah.
But then there was the 3 years without. I think I know what it means.
100%. Big up to Mems Cream. I said Rashid, that deal with Chelsea and Napoli is legit, and it's all over the internet.
I'm not sure what that is.
What deal was that then, bro? I have no idea.
Sure.
Big up ASC always said I think Arsenal's double winning team of 2002 was better than the Invincibles team.
Some people say that. Yeah, some people say that.
I've said that before as well, you know. I actually think it is. I remember that old team, yeah. Like
phenomenal. Because we had Kanu, Bergkamp, Henry, and Wiltord to choose from up front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had Pires on fire, Ljungberg. That was sub team, man. It was kind of the same as the 04 one, but there was
it was very similar.
If you're going by players hitting their peak, then that might have been it. Because Henry that season, but from 2002 to 2004, actually, he should have got 3 fucking Ballon d'Ors. Never mind not winning one.
Oh, mate, that was a disgrace how we never got it.
An absolute disgrace.
Honestly.
Absolute disgrace.
How he never got it that season when what was it like? He scored about 30-odd goals and about 25
and assisted 20. Yeah.
That was
Nedved got it.
Oh, man.
Disgrace. Yeah.
Crazy. Biggest scandal ever, bro. Big up to Mems Creamer. They're saying Fabrizio Romano, Al Etihad have booked travel and medical for Victor Osimhen. Still waiting for his green light to the move. Oh, so he's going
the bag. Yeah, he's getting the bag. Crazy money he's been offered.
No, man. Flipping out. It's crazy. Big up AFC. He said my best Arsenal game was the 1979 Cup final. Brought on Steve Watford for a run out at 2-0, and the rest is history. Okay.
Yeah. United scored 2 then in a minute, and then from tip Arsenal man forward and scored again. Liam Brady, the legends, bursting forward.
Big up Liam Brady, man.
Ah, what a player!
I mean, legend in the house, man. Big up to Mob Boss. He said, big up Lion Tex and Shane. Big up Mob Boss. Hope you're well, my bro. Mob Boss saying, hey, Static. Yeah. Big up AFC always says 1991 team almost did the Invincibles and Paul Gascoigne free kick in the FA Cup semi-final. Still hurts. That free kick was disgusting. I can't lie. I seen that free kick. I was like, flipping.
Oh, what a goal.
What a goal. What a goal, man. Big up Gary. He said Berta's a fraud, pal. He's been bought in to make us money with this transfer tactics. Not been bought in for his talent ID on players coming in. When is everyone going to wake up and realize what the fuck is going on? Oh, boy. It's a madness in the transfer window, man. Like flipping Benjamin Tesco's. I mean? Flipping... Oh, honestly, like, what is this manager's obsession with players like that, man? Like, this man, I swear to God, he does not like strikers. I promise he's allergic to them, bro. I swear down, because I don't even regard Sesko as an out-and-out striker. Because that guy is versatile as well, and he loves them versatile players, man. Like, always versatility. I'm sick of it, bro. Like, it's so crap. It's rubbish, bro. Honestly.
You can't handle big personalities, and all the best forward players have personalities. That's why you got rid of Aubameyang and Ozil and all these lads. He can't handle them. He doesn't want anyone that will question him. He doesn't want anyone that might, be bigger than him, more popular than him. And people think that, oh, why would he do that? Well, I'm telling you, just look at his track record. And when these top gunners are saying, why would he do that? He wouldn't sacrifice the team. Yes, he would.
Yes, he would.
Sacrifice.
He would. That's exactly what he would do.
It's what he does all the time. Why did he bring on Wanyeri against PSG? Throw the kitchen sink at them. He's still punishing the guy. Everybody would have thrown that kid in. Every other manager in the world would have thrown him in when you need a goal. So what if we let in another one? We need two goals. Throw him in. He could do some magic. Nope, still punishing him. Unbelievable.
I swear down, that was a disgrace. Because I was doing the watch along for that game, and I was saying at half time, like, get Odegaard off and put Ethan on now. I was saying that the whole time. Anyone that was in my watch along will tell you. I was literally saying that at half time. And the man didn't even put him on. Didn't even put him on. Not even for 1 minute. I was like, that's
the only creative player on the bench. The only creative player on the bench. And he's bringing Tierney on to play out the wing instead of bringing Ethan on. Like, it's just, if that's not someone that's doing something for themselves, then I don't know. You just have to show the top gunners that match and go, come on, even you have to see that there's things he could do here. Throw Zinchenko on in midfield, do something to change the game. But the same thing over and over again. That second leg, I was doing the watching on with Carl. And when we had that 20-minute burst at the start of the second leg, as soon as they got control of the game, I said, it's over now. That's it. They're the only chances we'll get was that 20-minute burst, because all the players were knackered. They were all shattered. He knew that they had 20 minutes in their legs, hit them hard, hit them early, hope that we get something out of it, and then that was it. It was over then, because once that 20 minutes was over, we had nothing left to give. Absolutely nothing. And the PSG didn't get out of second gear in either leg. They didn't have to.
They didn't have to.
We didn't give them a challenge. We didn't give them a challenge in any way, shape, or form. That's Aaron and people that say DJB, they were at the home leg. They said that time was over. The both legs were over 3 minutes into the first leg when PSG scored. We were out when they scored. It was over. Because we don't have a plan B.
Yeah, we don't. Especially under this manager, man. He just does the same shit all the time, bro. Like, and he never changes. Like the man will bring on 4 left backs, you know. 4 left backs. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
And then he's still playing Lewis Skelly at left back, who's a midfielder, and he has 4 left backs on the pitch playing in other positions, man. You know, he's done that before. There was a time when we had against Liverpool, you had Tierney at the right wing of all places, and Wanyeri was still on the bench, and we had Zinchenko on in midfield, and we had, but Zinchenko is a midfielder, to be fair, so, you know, but he plays him as a left back. And then we had Lewis Skelly at left back. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, what are you doing here? This is out. Calafiori then was at centre back. But again, he is a centre back, but with the way this guy plays them. Because I was having it out with a gal on Dan Potts the other day, and he said, we only have 3 midfielders. And I was saying, well, Wanyeri's a midfielder. No, he's right wing cover. I said, no, that's where he plays him, but he's a midfielder. And I said, we have Lewis Skelly, he's a left back. I said, no, he's only been a left back the last few months. He's been a central midfielder his whole life. Exactly. Because this Brown has decided that he's a left back. And then a few minutes later, and I was just clicking off, and I didn't get to say it at the time. He puts up his teams on Dan's, and he has them drawn out, and he has Wanyeri in midfield. After telling me he's not a midfielder 18 minutes beforehand. And then he has him in midfield, and I was like, oh, I didn't catch it at the time. It was only when, as soon as I got off the stream, I was walking downstairs and went,
yeah.
Oh, God. So I had him, man. I thought, let it go.
Oh, man. Imagine.
What you think, man.
No, because the thing is, Shane, yeah, I had something similar. I had a top goonie, yeah, messaged me, yeah, because I was during the PSG game. I think it was the first leg where Partey was not available, innit? And I was saying, yeah, what we should have started was with Skelly in the midfield, instead of putting Marino there. I had a top gooner come out and say, "Oh, why would you play him in midfield? When have you ever seen him in midfield?" I said, bro, the man's a midfielder. Your manager plays him at left back.
Yeah. And he's an unbelievable midfielder.
And I said to him, when have you seen him play at left back before this manager's done it?
Yeah.
I had no answer, bro. No answer.
None.
There ain't an answer.
But they don't have an answer, because the thing with him at left back is, Arteta really got to me when he was in a press conference. He had that smug smile when they were saying about how good Skelly had played. He had a few, after about for his first 4 games, and he was playing really well. And they said, oh, you know, he played in midfield in the youth team, and he had a big smug smile, and he goes, I saw him for 1 training session, guys, and I thought left back. Right, so number one, that wasn't the case. Somehow we had no left backs at that point. They were all injured. Well, I don't know how when we have so many. But he just had a player that had a left foot, so he put him at left back. He didn't see him as a left back. He put him at left back. But the worst thing about that was the subtext of what he's saying is Hale End have spent, let's say, 12 years, maybe they come about 7, so say 11 years molding this kid. And he saw him once and decided that he's a left back. So he's just saying that no matter what, I'm here now. I'm here to save the day. People are going on about us getting Morgan Rogers, and I think Morgan Rogers is an unbelievable player. But that's the type of game Skelly plays in midfield. He's an 8, an industrious 8 that runs at the ball, runs at defenses. We don't need one. Like I've said this before, if we got a new manager in, and the board was saying to him, "Oh, we were told that you don't have many midfielders," you go, "What are you talking about? We have Lewis Skelly, we have Wanyeri, we have Zinchenko, we have," and you know what I mean? And they go, "Oh, but I thought those." No, that's where they play. We have a stacked midfield if he ever used them in the right position.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Imagine even just in a league game at home to Southampton when you know they're going to play a low block. You know, play Rice in the 6, give Partey a rest, and just play Skelly and Wanyeri in ahead of him. You'd shred them in minutes. You know what I mean? Oh, but they're too young. No, I don't care. Throw them in. They're brilliant. Barcelona don't think about that. They play Pedri and they play Yamal and they play whoever's good enough. Play them. If it doesn't work, then sub one of them off. But you should be brave, man. Just go for it. You're at home to Southampton. It amazes me when we're at home to Ipswich or something or Southampton, and he starts with Partey and Rice, 2 holding midfielders by trade. And then we're 70 minutes in and we haven't scored yet and he's running them wide. You know they're not going to come out of their half. Just play loads of attacking players like City do and just swamp them. Take the lead 3 or 4-0 and then you can lock up. Well, it's the same thing. These teams come up against us and they just know what we're going to do. They know exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah,
low block, there's a good chance we'll get a draw.
Yeah, we're just predictable, bro. Like, it doesn't change. He does the same shit. So any manager with any sense would be like, I know what he's going to play. I know the formation he's going to play. I know the lineup he's going to play. So, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I know exactly how he's going to play. He struggles against low blocks. So, fuck it. I'm going to play a low block.
Yeah.
Once he plays a low block, he's finished.
Yeah.
As soon as they play a low block, he's finished. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He's sitting there scratching his bed and flipping, like, Amazing that, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I was saying,
so
this man
frustrating.
does my head in, bro. I can't,
Yeah.
honestly, I can't stand him, bro. I can't stand him.
It is. It's getting to hate for me now. Like it really is.
It's getting
You know
that
what I mean?
for me as well, man.
I
He's
just see his
killing my
face and
mood.
I get angry. I just see his face. A picture of him smiling on a press conference or something, and I just want to strangle him.
Oh, bro. Because I've started to do his press conference reaction, didn't it?
Oh, it's painful. It's so painful.
Oh,
it's so painful. The same dross.
bro.
We created many situations and all, you know, and he doesn't answer questions. Oh yeah, I do them sometimes as well, and it's hard work, man. It's hard work.
No, I swear down. I just like mud everything that he says. I'm just like, yeah, you're chatting shit. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, this and that. Yeah,
exactly.
Right, because I'm not here to listen to his crap because it's the same old crap. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing every press conference. It never changes. He never has nothing new to say. Like.
Madness. Big up to Mems Creamer. He said the craziest match was between United and Arsenal, 87 season. The amount of red cards that should have been in that game.
They've had a few like that. They killed each other. No, I don't remember that now. I don't remember if that's the Battle of Old Trafford. I think that was 91 though as well, where they killed each other. But they've had a few matches like that where it's broken down and brawls. And sure, we have the 2000 and the Invincible season as well when Dion gave a bit of it to that was tame compared to some of the times it's fallen apart. But they've always been rivals to us, man, massive rivals.
Yeah.
United, they with Leeds as well with United, and then with Liverpool with United. United have a lot of rivalries, man. A lot of rivalries.
They did. Especially when I was growing up, man. It was crazy. Madness. Big up Vigilante, my bro. Big up Vigilante, man. Every time. Legend in the house. Big up Mems Creamer. He said Henry's solo goal versus Spurs. Oh, mate.
Amazing.
Love it. Big up Vigilante. Says sub to Rashid. Yeah, go sub to Rashid, people. You get me? Big up to Rashid in the house. Big up to my broski Hendon Guna. Big up, bro.
Hello.
Long time to see. Hope you're well, my bro. Good evening, Lion, Tex, and Shane, and all in the chat watching. Big up. Static saying, Lion, Tex, Shane, I hate this club. You and me both.
Yeah, man.
For fuck's sake. Oh, bro, I saw that today and I was just like, just fuck this club, bro. Honestly, I was just like, fuck this club. I can't be arsed, man. Honestly, bro. Another Chelsea reject again, bro. Just honestly. Surprised we ever got like Madueke or someone like that, bro. I'm telling you.
That'll happen. Don't be shocked if that happens.
Wouldn't be. Actually, wouldn't be. That's the thing.
I can see it happening. Getting them on loan or something.
Yeah. Another Sterling. You know what I mean? Crazy. Big up to Static. Says Lion Tech Shane. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. I need to call off. I'm burning up with this horrendous decision by Arsenal Football Club. Have a good show, legends. Big up Static. Don't kill yourself in the process, bro.
It's having a physical effect on people.
It gets you there, bro. It gets you there, man. Big up Static every time. Have a good night, my bro. 100%. Big up Waha. He's saying Kepa is a banter signing. He will fit in like a glove. Yeah, he's a PR signing, 100%. Yeah, he'll fit in. It's a typical Arteta signing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Another Spanish guy, another guy that probably will be squeezing lemons and, you know, playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'll join in the fun of it. It's crazy. Big up to Static. Says Kepa is another clown entering the clown college, which has replaced Arsenal.
Yeah, spot on.
Spot on, fam. Spot on. Big up to Mems Creamer. He says the O2 Arsenal rugby jersey.
Yeah.
Big up AFC NL. He said, just watch back a gal saying Tottenham sacking and proves winning trophies doesn't matter. For fuck's sake. Yeah, this guy, you know. What do you mean, bruv? What do you mean? No, what it means is they have higher standards than us. That's what it means.
What it means.
You know what I mean? And I said that on my show yesterday. They actually have higher standards than us, and that's a disgrace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it means, Egal. It doesn't mean because they won a trophy. No, it's because they lost 17, 21 games
22,
or whatever.
22, I think.
22 games,
22.
yeah. That's why they sacked him, not because he won a
Yeah.
trophy. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And we should learn something from that. Because this manager ain't won shit and he still kept a job. You know what I mean? So this defeats their argument. It's like these top gooners always contradict themselves, you know. They always do it, bro. It's like, why do you do it, man? It's like, are you trying to prove a point? Like, are you trying to convince yourself that you believe
it seems like that sometimes, doesn't it? Like they're trying to convince themselves.
It feels like they're trying to convince themselves or they're trying to believe that this shit is true. It's not true. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? It really is, bro. It's crazy. Big up to Sack. He's saying, Gary, really hope that is not the case. It's already depressing as it is. I'm telling you, bro. Big up Simply Ace. He's saying Arsenal today needs something like Henri Bergkamp, and then there will be a real force. But instead, we are looking for Sesko. Oh god, yeah, the levels are astounding, my bro. You get me? Big up to Gavin L. He says it's draining supporting this club now, bro. I'm at the point now. Yeah, it's drained me, fam. It's drained me.
Yeah,
because ever since I've been on YouTube, I've been cussing this club about the way it goes on. Honestly, I swear down, bro. Literally, like, been on so many different podcasts saying the same thing. I'm at the point now, yeah, where I've got no motivation for this season, bro. I just don't.
Yeah.
Because I know this manager's still here. So I know nothing's going to happen. And that's the reality that I face. I know as long as this manager's not here, we ain't achieving anything. I know that in my head. But these top goons still want to convince. No. He's finished. He is finished.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at the point now, even if he wins a trophy, I want him gone because I'm sick of seeing.
Yeah, so I wanted him gone this season if he won the Champions League. Me and DJ got purpose.
I'm sick of him. Really, I'm sick of him. He's just making my club a laughing stock, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Big up to Mems Creamer. Says liontekztv said today, Mikel Arteta is one of the best managers in the league. How has he won nothing? I don't think Egal thinks first before mentioning things. His brain needs testing.
Yeah, he's just a Jerry Springer.
Did he actually say that? He's one of the best managers in the league.
Oh, he says that all the time. And the Christian and him said that he'll definitely win a Champions League, whether it's with us or with another big team. And we said he won't get another big job. Every club in Europe will be after him. No, they won't, mate.
No, they won't. They won't. Trust me. Nah, man. Nah. Like I said, like the Normski thing, they're plugged into the Arteta matrix, man.
Yeah.
They just need to be unplugged. That's all it is.
They have to be unplugged.
Once they're unplugged, they'll see reality. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Big up to Simply Ace. He said Egal probably has posters of Arteta and kisses it good night. Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably. It's crazy. Big up to Pappy. He said, good evening all. Any chance of getting Gyökeres through the door? Not with this manager.
Never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Not with this manager. He wants Sesko because he's obsessed with him. You know what I mean? Big up to Brenny. He said Ian Wright hated losing as a player. Same with Martin Keown. Oh, how things have changed now for both of them.
Exactly.
This is what I don't understand. This is exactly what I don't understand. How can you be a former legend like that? Yeah. Where if you was playing now, yeah, you would be fuming about how this team is playing. You know you would.
They'd be killing the players in training. They'd be smashing into
ripping them in the changing room. They'll be ripping them apart. But yet you want to sit there on TalkSport and all these programs defending him. Especially Martin Keown. He's one of the worst.
He's one of the worst. He was a winner through and through, that guy.
I used to love that guy as a kid, though. As a defender.
I loved him. What a player. Gave everything.
And
now he's settling for this.
Honestly, bro. I listened to this guy on TalkSport, bro, and I'm like, you don't believe this shit you're saying, bro. I know you as a player. I know you.
He doesn't.
I know you.
He doesn't. He's like a gal. He's just playing a character now.
Yeah, he's just playing a character.
He's so deep into it, he has to keep doing it. and doing it and doing it. I'd say he goes home and he looks in the mirror and he bursts into tears. You know
He
what I mean?
must
I'd say every time he looks in the mirror, not because he's such an ugly clown, but because of the stuff he's saying. You know what I mean? Not just because he has a face like a chewed toffee, but because he doesn't believe. There's like, he must be going, why do I have to keep doing this? And his wife's going, we've got bills to pay. Okay, I'll go do it again.
Yeah, he's just doing the company
You know what I mean?
line to get the bank. That's all it is, man. You know what I mean? Because you take that guy down the pub, he ain't saying that shit. I'm telling you now, he ain't talking like that. No way. No way. Big up to Chris Watts, has got Dizzy Rascal singing here. Whatever his name is, I couldn't give a toss. What a racket. Boy, them concerts, boy, blazing out your household, yeah? Yes, peak. I hear you, bro. Big up to Men's Creamer. He said, my favourite Arsenal Man United was the semi-final at Villa Park FA Cup replay. Yeah, that's because you're a Man United fan. Gigs yeah, I know. I'm not surprised that's your favourite moment.
It was a magic moment for you, to be fair.
Yeah, it was.
10 men and scoring that goal. Like, come on.
Oh, mate. I remember that goal, yeah, and I just sat down and I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was so deflated after that winning. I was just
physically ill after that. Especially after Bergkamp missing the penalty as well. Like, of all the players to miss a penalty.
I know. I was so confident he was going to score it, you know.
Oh, you know, I was already going right because it's injury time as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, yes, we're going to win this. Yes.
Yeah, I think we would have won the league as well if we had won that game. They went on to the treble. I think that would have knocked the wind out.
Cost us that season, I think.
That was the difference between us doing the double and them doing the treble.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very fine lines that season, man. Very fine lines. Crazy, bro. Big up to Brenny. He says, big up Chris Welch and AFC always. Big up the legends. Brenny said 100% AFC always. We rotated Adams, Keown, and Campbell too. Yep, we did. You know what I mean? Because we had a squad. Yep. And that's what you need, a squad. You know what I mean? You can't play 11 players for the whole season. You get bare injuries. And we get bare hamstring injuries because this man's just running them into the ground.
Yeah.
With no Ross Clark sense, bro. You know what I mean? No sense whatsoever, bro. It's a joke. None. Crazy. You know what I mean? Big up to Keith Barry. He says, big up Shane. Love all your work from Keith Dublin Gooner. Hey!
Go on. Go on.
The Irish brother, man. Big up the Irish man in the house, man. 100%. You know what I mean? Love that. Big up Jezza. Hope you're well, Jez. Hope France is doing well. You get me? Hope the weather's not too shit over there. It's shit over here, bro. No, I mean, it's been raining all day. But big up Jez, man. Hope you're well, my bro. Legend every time, man. Big up to Brenny. He says, top Gooners are crazy for Arteta like teenagers were crazy for bros in the 80s.
For Bros, yeah.
Oh, Bros, yeah.
Bros, yeah.
Mad. Big up to Keith Barry. He says, big up Jez. Yeah. Big up Vanta Silva. Says, big up Shane, panelist and chat. Big up. He's saying 4 left backs is a madness. Only in Arteta's world, my bro. Only in Arteta's world. You know what I mean? The world of uncertainty, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Big up to Simply Ace. He's saying Aston Villa gave PSG the best challenge out of all the Premier League teams. They were so unlucky not to equalize at the end of the second leg. I said that on my stream as well. But of all the teams, they gave them the most trouble.
Villa. They had them on the ropes. Really, it scared the life out of them at Villa Park.
Yeah, they did. All the other teams got smoked. Liverpool, us, City.
Liverpool, both legs were played off the park. Both legs. I know they won the away leg, but even Slot came out after the away legs, and I don't know how we got out here with a win, never won a draw. They played them off the park. Villa had them absolute, like a boxer on the ropes. Yeah. Donnarumma pulled off some world-class saves. They had them absolutely they would have beaten us in the semis, by the way. Villa would have steamrolled us in the semis.
Yeah. 100%.
Emery against Arteta.
So. Mate, it never ends well when it's them two. It never ends well when it's Emery Arteta, man. You know what I mean? Big up to Jez. It says Keith Barry. Hi, Keith. Big up, Keith. Vanta Silva says facts. Simply Ace. Villa gave PSG a harder time than Arsenal. Shout out Emery. That's because Emery's a good manager, bro. You know what I mean? He's a good manager. Oh, what happened to Shane there? Shane gone. He'll probably be back in a minute. Probably internet connections. Big up to Shane. Big up Vigilante. He says evening Jez. You know what I mean? Oh, let me add Shane back.
Sorry, I don't know what happened, man.
Oh no, it's all good, bro. It's all good. No worries. Big up to AFC who always says sub to Jez. Yeah, sub to Jez, people. Get me. Big up to Jez. Vigilante said, hope you're enjoying your break in France. 100%. Big up to Vanta Silva. He says, salute to Jez, Arsenal veteran, Ghana voice of region. Absolute legend, Jez is, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to know about Arsenal, Jez is the man. You know
He
what
is
I mean?
the man.
He is the man, man. Big up, Jez. He said, Vanta Silva, very good evening, mate. Vanta Silva said, likewise, sir. Hope the summer is good with you. Big up. Jez saying, Vanta Silva, not bad. Enjoying the break. Hope you're having a good time. Big up, Simply A said, Man United now shine. Spurs' shoes now.
That's harsh.
Yeah, that's
I like it, though.
4 times in a row, you know. It's
Oh,
madness.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, bro. I know, like, Newcastle could have done that to us this season.
They could have.
Yeah, they probably should have if they had Isak in that.
Yeah, they would have. The amount of chances they missed.
They battered us in that first half. They battered us. No, it was mental. I mean, big up to Vanta Silva. He said, at Jez, he said, I'm from North London. The summer is piss so far. Also, Jess, I wish you blessed underdog players like Overmars. These top gooners have no idea. Yeah, they don't, man. They don't. They have a clue. Big up to Chris Welch. He said, please take Nunes, lads. He's misunderstood over here. A lot of these Liverpool lads that I have here, they cannot stand Nunes, but like how I can't stand 29. They can't stand him on that level.
No, he's a shambles.
Shambolic.
Too many chances. You can't have a player like that if you're in like a Champions League final and you get that one clear cut. You just can't have him because he's going to miss it. You know,
100%. Big up Rasta Stocks, my brother. Legend. Rasta Stocks, you know, my bro, you know. Big up the legend in the house. He said, Mandem, what do you think of Spurs sacking their manager?
Standards.
Right? Standards. That's all I can say. Standards.
That's all it is. Standards.
That's all you can say. Standards. Big up Brenny. He said, big up Jez Arsenal, the historical legend. Absolutely. Big up Vanta Arsenal. He says, no way, Chris Welch. Jez Arsenal saying, Vanta Silva, hopefully the weather will improve soon, mate. Overmars was a legend, mate. 100%. Yep. Big up Mr. Waffle. Big up.
The legend.
Mr. Waffle in the house. Oh, shit. What have I done there? Yeah. Big up to Jez. He's saying, hi, bro. Hope all was well. Big up to J Lux Videos. Lion, I agree, bro. Regarding Sesko madness, I saw the official Bundesliga Sesko clip reminding me of Havertz at Leverkusen. I said that, bro. He's literally Havertz with pace. That's what he is. You know what I mean? It's the same. He loves them type of strikers, bro. That's the problem. Yeah. That's why I wanted this manager out. Because if we had this manager out, we could have got a Gyökeres.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because Berta wants him. You know what I mean? And now he's... If he goes to Man United, honestly, bro.
He will go there. He'll go there. And he got to Chelsea before us as well.
Yeah. It's like,
no self-respecting forward player wants to work under this guy. None. There's no way. People talking about Rodrigo, just give it up. It's never going to happen. There's no way Rodrigo will come to us. Not in a month of Sundays would he come to us. He plays under Ancelotti, or did, and he plays under, under Brazil. He's there with all these Rafinha and all these lads. He's not going to go, like, he knows what good football is. He's going to He's not going to come here and track back for 80% of the game. Like, why would he want to? Why would any self-respected forward player want to work under this micromanager telling them when to make runs, when to stop? You're looking at him going, what are you telling me what to do? But you were a shit player. You don't be telling me how to make runs. I'll tell you how to make runs. Come on.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Facts. Big up Rasta Stocks. He said, I'm not going to lie, a gal must answer for his crimes against football.
He is. Every morning on the Full Irish, mate, he's fucking answering for his crimes. I'm telling you.
You're not wrong. Big up to Rasta Stocks. It says, smash the likes, people. Smash them likes,
Come
man.
on.
Make sure you subscribe to both channels, my channel and to Shane's channel if you haven't already. Know what I mean? Get this legend to 1K, man. Know what I mean? Yeah. ASAP, people. Get him to 1K.
And let's get Roddy, you're going for the big 300 as well, aren't you? You're moving for the 300. Let's see. You've got to get Rasta Stocks to 300 as well, people. Come on, we're here for your entertainment. A little bit of support. Man. That's all we ask.
Yeah, big up, people. Big up. Big up to Hugh. He says, shout out to Shane Guna. I had a chat with you on Rasta Stocks channel. What's your thoughts on Postecoglou getting fined?
I will say that I called it months ago, and I called it to make a point about the difference in ambition. I said, wait and see if Tottenham win the Europa League and we win nothing, there's more chance of them sacking Ange. And people said I was crazy, and there you go, it happened.
There you go.
Standards, man, and I do understand it because they have to look at it not like our top gunner fan base who go by, oh well, we beat Madrid or we beat City, and they think that everything's fine. The boards have to think about, the future. And normally 40 points would keep you safe. 38, you could go down on 38. Remember, that was always if you reach 40. Tottenham didn't even get that. I mean, if the three teams weren't so bad that came up, they could have gone down. And they have to think about that. What if Leeds come next season and they have a good season and we do the same thing again? We could go down. And no amount of winning Europa League would ever let them live down getting relegated. Could devastate the club. Imagine that stadium in the Championship. Like, what a waste. You know what I mean? So they have to think about this stuff, and they have to go, listen, we thanks for what you won us, but that was a close call, mate. You know what I mean? That was but their injuries were a lot worse than ours. I don't care what people said. They had
a lot worse.
Doggy, they had Porro, and they had Van der Ven and their keeper out for about 4 months at the same time. Well, that's like us losing Raya, Skelly, Gabriel, and Timber, and not having Ben White and all to come in for 3 or 4 months. We'd be in the mid-table, like, you know what I mean? They don't seem to realise our injuries were all sort of spread out. You know what I mean? I think Odegaard and Saka only missed sort of like 2 or 3 games when they weren't together. So it's not what people think. They were devastated for large periods, but they still can't take the risk. They have to get rid of him. They can't risk going down, and he could put them down.
That's
the way
crazy.
He plays,
Crazy. Big up to Vanta Silva. He's saying Arsenal reject you, sir. At least you and I are enjoying the summer without the transfer drivel.
Yeah.
Jez has also said Vanta Silva is very true, buddy. Jez, all good. Hope you are enjoying your break. 100%. Rasta Stocks saying I like this collaboration, by the way. Looking forward to seeing more of it. 100%, man. Shane's a legend, man. I'll definitely be getting on the channel a lot more. It's when he can.
Same for the bruised bananas, man. The bruised banana, man. You have to come by. You've been on it before, but I always keep the space there for you. I'm thinking of starting a second panel show anyway. Try and fill out the week over the summer, so there'll be lots of stuff coming. Lots of stuff in the pipeline.
100%. 100%. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Big up to Ravi. Big up Ravi all the time. He said in his Bundesliga career, Benjamin Sesko has scored 13 goals and 5 assists across 33 appearances for Leipzig. He has played 2,380 minutes in the league.
And I think one of them might have been a hat-trick. I could be wrong. So you're talking then a goal every 3 games, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what we're paying for.
It's basically Kai Havertz again. It's the same thing.
It's Kai Havertz. It's just another Kai Havertz. Somebody you can rotate Havertz in for all the time.
That's why he wants him, because he wants to play 29. Because you don't want
Yeah.
Gyökeres. Because if we get Gyökeres, Kai Havertz don't play.
Yeah,
And he wants
and he
Kai
can't
Havertz
handle
to
that.
play because he loves him. He loves him
Yeah.
too much. So he wants him as a rotation. So one week we go with Sesko, next week we go with Havertz, then it'll be vice versa, and it's just be.
And then I'd say even the times when he does start Sesko, he'll play Havertz in the 8 or the 10.
Yeah, exactly. You'll probably play him in midfield.
Because it's all about proving people wrong. Because that was his big one that he pushed, and he gave him the massive wage, and he really hung his hat on him, and that's the problem, because Edu wanted Kudus for 30 million less or 35 million less, and Arteta insisted on Havertz, and he said, right, fine, we'll get him. So he'll just play him until he wins, till he goes, look, I told you I was right about him. But the problem is, Havertz will never prove you right, mate. He doesn't have the ability to do it. It's nothing to do with confidence. It's not to do with being played in the wrong system. He's just not good enough to do it. So Arteta, as DJB says, Havertz will be the hill that Arteta dies on. You know what I mean? That'll be the reason that he ends up getting the sack. I think will just be his insistence on playing him, because the results won't come with him having a run in the team. Just can't.
Facts. 100% facts. Big up Jez. He said yes, loving it. Big up to Mr. Waffle. He said, yeah, he said that on North's channel. Oh, Northside's channel. Today.
Yeah, Gal, he was on there talking nonsense apparently. I clicked in and then clicked back out because I couldn't. I had enough of him the other day. I had to take little breaks from him.
That guy is just something else, man. Honestly, he's something else. I don't know. You just can't take him seriously at times, man. Some of the stuff he comes up with is just like, really.
He knows nothing.
Crazy. Big up to Vanta Silva. It says 70 million on British pounds for a 13-goal striker is disgusting. Yeah. It is. Big up to Brennan. He said, Jez at Arsenal, bless. Big up to Ravi. He said, Vanta Silva is no better than Højlund. Oh, God.
Yeah, same type of player.
Yeah, they're all scrubs, to be honest. Big up to Mems Creamer. He says, Arsenal top gooners today on Twitter were a disgrace. They were posting Arsenal lineups for next season, adding players to the team who weren't even there.
They're all doing it with Rodrigo now. Rodrigo, Zubamendi, Sesko, all this. We'll win the treble with this team. Can anybody stop this team? And it was a great one sent to me by Danny Reacts, by the way. It's brilliant. Because you see the picture and it has all the players' faces, and then it has Arteta's face over it and says, is there any one thing that could stop this club from doing the treble, or this starting lineup from doing the treble? And then he just circled Arteta's face and said, yeah, this can stop us from doing it. You could give him any team, he wouldn't win the league. You could give him any team.
He ain't winning the league with nothing, man. He's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Crazy. Big up to Vanta Silva. He's saying, I'd rather sign Højlund, oh God, than Tesco. Oh God. That says it all if you want to sign Højlund.
Yeah, but people are saying that, you know.
That's as bad as it gets.
It really is. It really is. I'd rather have Højlund. I mean, those words don't even sound coming out, even before you finish the sentence. I
just had to laugh in my head, like really, am I reading that right? Big up to Vanta Silva. He's laughing. Big up to Ravi. He said, Vanta Silva, I'm glad Liverpool, we didn't get him. Oh, mate. Because there was all these stories about apparently him, Liverpool hijacking Sesko.
I think Arsenal released that. I think Arsenal leaked that.
I said that at the time. It's nonsense. I don't believe that.
Nobody's after him. Nobody. And we're still taking ages.
Yeah. Big up to J Lux video. Said Shane cooking the gal. Pick up.
Gotta be done, man.
I seen that the other day. No, I was just laughing, bro. Because he was on Dan Potts' channel, and I was watching it the other day when you was on it.
Go for him and Christian, man. They wind me up, man. They wind me up because they talk such shit. And you know what I mean? I messaged Kenny Ken after on Instagram and I said, listen, if I said, I don't know if I did, but if I cut across you at any point, I apologize. He said, no, you didn't at all. I said, oh, good. I said, did just those two wind me up? Like, and he said, oh, no, it was great. You need to say to him. But Kenny Ken got annoyed, and that takes a lot, man. That takes a
I've
lot
seen
for
that.
Kenny again to get annoyed.
Yeah.
And he said, "No, Gal, you're coming in here now and you're telling us what we're saying when we weren't saying it." And I was like, "Whoa, you know, when Kenny Ken speaks, you listen." But that's what Gal does. He comes in and he says, "You're all saying this and you're all thinking this." What do you mean I'm thinking this? Oh, you can't just, you can't just shit on the club and all this. I'm not. I love this club. I said to him, "How dare you say that to me? Like, you don't."
Shit on the club,
and you're all gonna. I just can't bring it into to boo Sesko. And I was like, who here said they're going to boo Sesko? We want them to succeed. You think we're going to boo him just because we didn't want them? You can't come in and say that that's what we're thinking. Like.
Madness.
And
I've seen the one where he just came in full guns blazing and Matty cooked
and Matty
him as well.
flipped out at him. Yeah. You
said, no, you will not talk me, girl. No way.
Yeah.
I was like, Matty,
no, sorry, Bob, not today. Matty's a legend, man. But that one as well with Dan Potts.
That is my brother, man.
Because Christian started smirking at me when he said something, and he said, why would Arteta want something that, like a player to fail, or why would he not sign the best player for the job? And I said, because he's a narcissist. And he started laughing and said, that's probably why you identify with him so much, you know what I mean? Because you're the same person. And it is. That's what all these guys, they Arteta's their hero. Like.
Yeah, it's true. They are. That is crazy. Big up to Mems Creamer. Said, Lion Text, the gal said today on Northside channel, he said a lot of things, then couldn't handle the heat and got rage quitted his usual tactics.
I think Macy put him on the bin.
As soon as it gets bad, he always wants to cut. Just like, I gotta go now. Yeah,
like a woman. Like gets her point across and then ends the argument. You had your say. What about my say?
Yeah. It's like he knows what's coming as well. And that's why he said 1 second. Yeah. He knows what's coming.
You know something? Yeah, he does.
It's crazy. Big up to Vanta Silva. He says, as an Arsenal supporter, these top gooners embarrass me because they are so arrogant with these rivals. No trophies. Shake my head. They're shameless, bro. They're actually shameless. I'll be real. They are. Big up Vanta Silva and says, outside of Arsenal, Liverpool have always been my backup against rivals like United, City, and Chelsea. Salute the cop. Oh, big up, man. Big up. Rasta Stocks, my brother. He's saying it's been raining all day, barely seeing the sun, and it's supposed to be summer in New York already. People know it's raining everywhere, isn't it?
It's everywhere, man. Yeah.
It's like raining here, raining there. It's like bloody hell. Madness. Big up to Rasta Socks. I'm listening from work. Big up, man.
Dedication.
Big up, man. That's dedication, man. Big up, bro. Big up Malcolm Tan. It says evening gooners. Big up Malcolm, man. Big up Rich 99 Arsenal. Big up Rich. Hope you're well, my bro.
Big up Rich.
Big up and the chat and everyone. Welcome to the channel, my brother. Big up yourself. Big up Vanta Silva. He said, good evening, sir. Malcolm Tan. Yeah, big up Mems Creamer. He said, Egal said this on Twitter, the Spanish Revolution at Arsenal is going. Oh, for fuck's sake.
This fucking guy, man.
I said the Spanish Revolution, you know.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
So let me read the rest of that comment. It says, Zubamendi, Raya, Kepa, Marino, who's next? Nico Williams was linked. Oh, for fuck's sake. Honestly, man, what? I can't be asked. Honestly,
it's too much.
It's a joke. Fuck's sake.
He knows what he's doing, man. He's playing the character.
He's not serious. He's not serious. He can't be. He just can't be, man. Big up Vanta Silva. Says, bless the like chat. This stream is solid. No, big up Vanta, man. Big up, man. Appreciate that, my bro. Big up to RGS. He said Mateus Nunes is a right back. We can go and get him.
Yeah, Arteta would get him put for right back. Yeah, exactly.
Flipping hell. Another right back, more right backs and defenders. No, I mean, it's crazy. Big up to Rich. He said Kepa, 5 million to me is okay with it because we need all the tap budget going into the attack, and Arteta's talent ID is shocking, especially with attackers. We we need all the budget we can get, but Sesko, nope.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. Big up to Wickham Gamer. He says, big up everyone. Big up Wickham. Chris Welch. He's saying Top Gooner's wild horse is Calafiore. That's what Nunes was for us. I hate him. Honestly, can't stand him. I won't be able to cope if he's still here. I know the feeling, bro.
Yeah, at least there's other people feeling the pain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I hear it, bro. Big up to Jenny. He said, big up my guy Shane. Big up,
the legend.
Big up Mems Creamer. He says, Igal said this too. Fuck's sake. Sorry, people. I have to read this, and I know it's going to be shameless. And
yeah, of course.
Not everyone's going to be laughing, but this guy, honestly, man. He says Chelsea bought Kepa for 72 million, and we're only paying 5 million for him.
Yeah, because he's deteriorated so much. You know what I mean? That's why you know what I mean? Because he's damaged goods. Jesus Christ. He will justify anything, that guy. He's dropped from that amount because he's absolute garbage and he's being found out. Jesus Christ.
What does he not get? What does he not get? Like, is that something to be proud of? Because we're signing him for 5 million. Who gives a crap? Why are we signing him? That's what you should be asking. You know what I mean? I've said it so many times. That guy's too far gone, man. You know what I mean? It's just too far gone. There's no rescuing that guy, man. It really is, man. It's crazy. Big up to Rich. He's saying Jez at Arsenal. Big up, mate. Yeah. Big up to Rasta Stocks. He said it's like he's hot, not a true fan. He's just there for the clickbaits, and I could never respect it. A person like that, and I support United, and due respect I have for Arsenal, this guy makes it look back. This is what I'm saying. Rival fans can see it, bro. They're looking at him thinking, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
And really, rival fans shouldn't even care as much. But it's that bad. They actually care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He knows everybody that much.
That's nuts, bro. That's talent, bro. I must say that is talent. It's crazy. Big up Manchester United, Real Madrid Gaming Glory. Not there, what a name. Fuck me.
Yeah.
He said, people is sheep and loser. This is why Arsenal is fucking United the same too. Many losers will never happen in Real Madrid, Barca, and City.
No, not like this.
Facts, bro. Big up Tony Tucker. He said, news coming out, we won't want to pay Jokeres demand of 300k. Now people understand why putting Kai Havertz on 280 was a sackable offense. This is what I'm saying.
And Arsenal released that saying he was greedy as well, when it's nothing to do with that. They just never were in for him because it's all set.
It's nonsense, man. Nonsense. He's not demanding 300k. I know he's not. He maybe 250 is demanding, but he ain't demanding 300k.
And even if he did, he has to be paid more than Havertz. Has to be.
Exactly.
So this is the problem with the Havertz thing. It's not just that he's a bad player. He's screwed us for every forward we go for. Any self-respecting forward to go, well, what's Havertz on? Okay, well, I want more than that.
Yep. 100%. That was the biggest stackable mistake he's done to this date. Putting him on that much money is a disgrace. It really is. Big up Vigilante. Said big up Rich. Sub to Rich people. That's his channel link. Go sub to Rich people. Big up the Rich in the house. Vanta Silva says big up Rich. Big up Tony Tucker. He said, so we were signing the Slovenian Peter Crouch. I won't watch or go any more games until this manager is gone. I've had enough. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. Like, loads of us here have had enough, bro. Because it's the same old crap every season. We've had enough, bro. It's just tiring. And it's deflating. It's depressing at times. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Big up to Rich. He's saying, Vigilante, big up, mate. Thanks for the channel call out. Now, big up, man. Big up, man. Big up Mems Creamer says, so according to a gal, Mikel Arteta lives rent-free in Arsenal fans' heads.
No, we just hate him and want him out.
No, he don't live rent-free.
That's another go-to thing, isn't it? That they say, you know, living rent-free. When's that start? That started about 6 years ago, people saying that all the time.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with it. Just because we don't want them here, that's their defense mechanism. They just say stuff like that, or they attack your character. Is another thing they do in the corner, like rats, man.
Yeah, the rat on me.
Yeah, you're never not within 5 feet of a rat, they say, don't you? It's the same with top gooners.
Yeah, it's nuts. Nuts. Big up to Rich Ranta Silver, big up. Ranta Silver says, keep producing the content, Sir Rich. We need more voices like you. 100%.
Yeah,
man.
big up, Rich.
100%. Big up, Rich, man. Rich is saying, I always say this about Overmars. Overmars and Petit signed in 97, both left in 2000 to go Barcelona in just 3 years. They will both become legends.
Yeah.
Walcott couldn't be a legend in 12 years standards.
Yeah.
Boy, that pretty much sums it up, bro. 3 years they were here for. You know, it felt like they were there for 10 years. You know what I mean?
3 years.
I mean,
and only 3 years. And replace them with fucking Perez and Gilberto Silva. Talent ID, man. Talent ID.
Facts.
He went out and replaced them with 2 players that were probably even better. You know what I mean? This is proper manager, man.
That's what you have to do, man.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this manager needs to learn a thing or two, man. But he ain't learned shit.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No.
Big up to Rich. He said, thank you means a lot. I have an issue at the moment. I am trying to start going live. I'm getting closer to fixing it. Yeah, hope it all goes well, bro. I know that StreamYard sometimes it's a pain in the ass at times, man. You know what I mean? Big up to Vanta Silva. He said, don't overthink it, mate. When you mentally feel on point, run the channel as you please. You'll get the support more as you stream. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Health is wealth, people. Get me, big up yourselves. It's me, Everest, a gal with the, oh my God.
Attacking, then running away. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, he comes in. You want to know something? And then he says something, and then he just quits after, before you get
you guys are wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just
want to know something?
He's a joker, bro. He's a joker. Honestly. Big up to Rich. He said, sorry, that meant with YouTube, it's just
okay.
At the moment. Okay. Yeah. Cool, bro. No worries, man. No worries. Big up to Mems Creamer. So I think hands on heart, a gal believes everything he says, but when people like Lee Gunner or Matty stick it on him, he turns into Ian Wright, like he's watching the overlap with Scholes and Keane.
That's a very good analogy.
That's a good analogy, I can't lie. That's brilliant. Big up to Vanta Silva. He's saying, Rich, YouTube is goofy. I used to stream on gaming channel. The algorithm is shite. Just keep streaming, sir. Big up J Lutz videos. He says, spotting lads regarding narcissists, Christian, etc. Do you see how he spoke to the Highbury squad? Just like Arteta speaks to female reporters like Anita, cultist, man, it's disgraceful. No, I didn't even see that, bro. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. That's why I call him, not just because he has the same hair, but he's the man Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. You know what I mean? That's a Christian, man. He's American Psycho. Listening to Sue Studio all the time, man. Although someone said that he's got a bit of Peter Sutcliffe vibes to him, the Yorkshire Ripper, and he really does, man. He got a bit of a Sutcliffe head in him.
Oh, funny. Nah, that's jokes. That's jokes. Big up to Rich. He said, thank you. I tried StreamYards. That isn't working either at the minute.
Yeah, they can be temperamental fuckers, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Big up Simply Ace. He said Kepa was always complete shite.
Yeah.
Yes, he was shit at Chelsea. You know what I mean?
Even at Bournemouth, he wasn't great, man. He had a few good games. Worst keeper I've ever seen from long range. I've never seen a keeper so bad at long range shots.
Yeah, you'll fit in perfectly then, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bozo moments.
Joke. Big up Vigilante. He said Igal could give an aspirin a headache.
Very true.
You're not wrong. Big up Vigilante. He said, apologies, Rasta Stocks. I forgot you have a channel. Yeah, go subscribe to Rasta Stocks, people.
Yeah,
Get me.
legend.
Hopefully, I'll get him on my channel soon as well. Now, I mean, big up Rasta Stocks every time, man. Get me. Banter saying sub to Rasta Bomber Clark, Ras Clark. Big up
Yeah,
Rasta. 100%. Big up, man. Big up Rasta Stock says, I'm not gonna lie, in real life, I can see this man. I will page him on God. He talks so much. I think lots of people feel like that. I can't lie.
Everybody just piling on Igal, man. He brings it on himself, though. He brings it all on himself.
Oh, mate. He does. He does at times. He does at times. Big up Rich Arsenal said, I bet we will end up signing Puyo ex Barcelona centre back now. On that Kepa, I'm only okay with it because Arteta would have blown 20 million on the goalkeeper, and I want 3 attacking players plus Eze.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. It is reeling 30, 40 million on a keeper, and then going back to the whole Ramsdale Raya thing when there's too much pressure on him. He crippled Raya in the first few games. Raya was a joke. Remember he's making against City when we beat them 1-0?
Yeah.
And Gary, like, how have they not got Raya was kicking the ball to them? It was the stupidest thing. I said, because I had 2 number ones. You can't have that pressure on a keeper. You can't. He put on unnecessary pressure on both keepers. And he knew Raya was going to start. So why did he say this whole I have 2 number ones thing when he signed them? Just say, I'm signing Raya for now. Ramsdale, he did well, but I think Raya's the way to go. But Ramsdale can force him out if he starts to perform in the cups. So just be honest about it. Yeah. And he put all this pressure on Raya, and Raya just crumbled. I do fear now that Raya then in the latter stage of the Champions League, he started to make bozo mistakes against Newcastle. He did in the semi-finals. I do wonder if he can handle the pressure, the severe pressure, because when he was under pressure at the start, he was dodgy, and then when he was under pressure at the end, and he did make it very late. He was in the lower leagues and stuff like that. And I do wonder if he is a keeper that just can't handle the highest of pressure.
He's never been in like a severe pressure moment, never like at this level anyway.
No, and he seems to crumble. So I do worry about that. Not that I've said it will never get to a final, but I mean he's crumbling in semi-finals as well.
Yeah, true. Very true, bro. Very true. Big up to Wuha. He said, I hate people saying rent-free. That's just me in my second language issues.
Yeah, it bothers me.
Yeah, it's a cliche thing. It's just a cliche thing. Big up to Mems Creamer. Says, Shane, it makes me sick when people like Igal talk. I just want to throw him. Sometimes he's a wannabe Arsenal fan. He only supports them because of Henry and because you lot were invincibles.
Yeah, no, he does it for clicks. He's one of the ones that does it for clicks. If he was to come on our side of the fence and say I want him out, he'd lose 15,000 subscribers overnight. And he knows that.
Facts. But the thing is, I hear him sometimes, like I see like little clips of him sometimes, and I'm thinking that there's sometimes where you're actually saying the same shit we're saying, but you're saying a whole different thing on other people's channels. Yeah. And I'm like, so do you feel like this or do you feel like that? Like, what is your opinion? I don't even know if he knows. I don't even know if he knows. You know what I mean? Like, it's mad, bro. It's mad. Yeah. And so big up, it's me, Everest. He said, that's the voice settings.
You want to know something?
You want to know something? You're wrong. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
It's wrong. Right. You're chatting shit. You're chatting shit.
You're talking shit. That's the other one. Yeah. With all due respect, you're talking shit. You want to know something? You're all talking shit.
No, it cracks me up, bro. I can't lie. It cracks me up. Big up Vigilante. You want to know something that's arrogant? I swear I heard MJ say that. Big up Rasta Stock says, all I gotta say is just be genuine and true to yourself on YouTube, and that's it. Facts, bro. Facts. Rasta Stock.
Exactly.
Facts, bro.
Yeah. We could all chase those easy clicks. You can do it. You can put Arsenal sign Gyökeres and Arsenal, like, let's say that it's a done thing, have the picture of him in the jersey, people click in, They realize you're talking shit, but at that stage they've already clicked in. We can all do that, but you have to stay real to yourself, man. The only YouTubers out there I respect are the ones who stay real to themselves. The rest of them can go and shite in my eyes. You know what I mean? Just admit that that's what you're doing it for, and then I'll have a bit more respect for you. Not much, but if you admit that's what you're doing it, I'll go, well, at least you admit it. You know, with Christian, he just wants to get on TNT and Sky Sports and all that, man. He's already been on a couple of them, Talk Sport. That's his aim. It's not Arsenal. Arsenal comes second to him.
Yeah, 100%. It's just about their careers and shit like that. Big up to Walker. He said MJ in South Park says that all the time. Shamal.
You want to know something? Shamal.
Shamal.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant.
No, man. You can't talk about the manager. The manager.
Yeah, that's ignorant. Talking about the manager. You want to know something? The next time I'm on a panel with him, I'm going to cut him off with that and go, no, hang on. Do you want to know something? And then I'll just try and slip it in and keep going.
If you did that,
really put him off his game.
I swear to God, I'll be in stitches.
I will. I'll do that next time. I will. I'll go, no, hang on. You want to know something? And then I'll just keep going. And he'll go, did he actually say that? Yeah. I'll have to do that next time.
Excuse me. Big up to Hugh. He said these are rumors that Arsenal were looking at signing João Pedro for 70 million. What do you think about that?
I like him. I like him as a
He's
player.
a good player, 70 million. Fuck me, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but he's not what we need. I love him as a player, but he's not what we need.
Yeah,
he isn't what we need. Arteta would like him though, because it's hard to tell what position he actually plays in. Yeah, he could play maybe except where he's meant to play.
Yeah. You'll probably have him tracking back at right wing back or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the common Arteta thing. Big up to Mems Creamer. He said, Liontek, do you think Arteta surpasses Wenger's trophy drought if he stays no matter who you sign? 100% no. Bro.
Guaranteed. No, but he'll pass his drought. He'll pass his drought because our Wenger was 9 years, his longest drought without a trophy. And Arteta, if he stays,
if he stays, 100%,
ever.
He'll break that. But I don't think he'll stay that long. He won't get that chance. He'll be sacked. So I'm saying no because he'll be sacked.
Okay, I get you. Sorry, yeah.
But in terms of if he was to stay, I'd say he would break.
Yeah.
He'll probably go like 15 years or something. You know what I mean? Some kind of crap like that. Big up to Ruster Stocks. He's saying, imagine if you lose all his followings and subscribers on his channel, you'll have a meltdown. He'll probably lose it.
Yeah, but he probably will. And I've said it before. He's not brought on those panels for his football knowledge. You know what I mean? He's brought on because he's willing to be cannon fodder for everybody else. He's not brought on. If he said, all right, do you know what? You're right, Arteta in, he just wouldn't be on a panel again. And he knows it. He wouldn't be on a panel. There's no need for him. You're not going. What are you going to have him over Kenny Kane or DJB or someone who knows football? You just go, no, we'll find another clown to come in and be a Jerry Springer prop. And you know what I mean?
No, 100%.
And he knows it. He knows it.
100%. Facts. Big up Ruster Stock said, but when we lose that final to Spursy, I went on a passionate rant. I bought my club and player and manager. I went nuclear. I can imagine.
You know, they were awful in that final. They were awful in that final.
Flipping no, that was a shit final.
My God, it was so bad.
I'm just so glad I didn't do a bloody watch along for it. I refused to do it, man.
I went not to Leeds for it. Fuck me, man. We were just so bored watching it. We were so bored. Me, Matty, and Lee were watching it, just going, "Dear God, what is this dross?"
Honestly, there's nothing that happened in the game other than that shambolic goal.
And even the goal was terrible as well. It was so bad. You have to be starting Mainu in a big game like that. He's a match winner, that guy.
Yeah.
What's happened there? I don't know what's happened there. That guy's a baller, man. I'd love him at Arsenal. I think Mainu's a baller.
100%. I just think the manager is being... I don't know. He just doesn't. I don't know if he fancies him or what it is. I don't know what it is.
I get the feeling Mainu's a confident boy. I get the feeling that he would say, "I should be playing." Yeah, and a lot of managers don't like that being told. But then there's like Wenger would say, he'd love that in a player. He'd love a player. If I was manager, I'd love a player coming into my office going, "I should be playing." I go, "I like you, man." You know what I mean?
100%.
I like you. You know what I mean? That's why Arteta's just surrounded himself with yes men. They don't care. They just do whatever he says. But the problem is, you don't win leagues with yes men. You don't win leagues with a team full of yes men.
You don't.
You know what I mean? Even that man behind you, Burkamp, man, he had a nasty streak, man. That like got sent off several times. He had a nasty streak in him. That's what you need. He looked like a nice guy, but he'd run his studs down into the back of someone's leg if he had to. Not a bother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Never used to take no shit, man.
Yeah.
Literally. Big up to Andrew. He said, big up Arteta is a fraud. Oh, yep.
100%. Words ever spoken.
Facts. Big up to Vanta Silva. He says, salute everyone. I'm off to bed again. Arteta out. Big up, bro. Have a good night, my brother. Big up every time. Big up Simply Ace. He said, as a Spurs fan, it was the night of my footballing life.
I'd imagine so.
I can imagine, bro.
Yeah, doesn't give a shit about how quality the game, and rightly so.
No, rightly so, man. As a Spurs fan, you should be happy. You should be. You know what I mean? You're not going to think about that game apart from the trophy at the end of it.
Trophy lift. That's it.
That's it, man. Big up to Rasta Socks, bro. I'm still fuming next season, the first 10 games. If I see the same nonsense, I will book a flight to Carrollton and me and everyone's going to have to square up.
I think they'll be all right next season. If they get Gyökeres and they have Gyökeres, Cunha, and Thingamajig out the right, they'll be laughing, man. They will be laughing. Not laughing. They won't win a league or anything, but they should be aiming for top 4. If they get the 3, if they get Mbeumo, Cunha, and Gyökeres, their aim has to be top 4. I don't think they'll get it, but their aim has to be.
That's their front line sorted. That's literally their new front line. Straight up.
And then someone like Hoyland will benefit from not being in the firing line all the time. If he has 4 or 5 games where he doesn't start, come on as a sub when you're 2-0 up, nick a goal, get your confidence up, play in the League Cup, get your confidence up. It benefits everybody.
100%. Big up Mems Creamer. He said Fabrizio Romano posted on Twitter saying Arsenal are in talks with Nico Williams. Arsenal are willing to pay Bilbao 40 million euros.
You're not getting it for that. Apparently, he wants 400 grand a week as well.
Really? No chance, bro. What that? Big up to Wuha. He said Maino was injured for 2 months, only came back in late April.
Didn't look great. Okay.
Really played. I hear you. Okay. Hey, he was injured, wasn't he? Was he injured for a while?
Yeah, he was injured for a while, but he came back in April. So I just thought, but he came on against Leon and scored that goal and stuff like that. But maybe just he's not fully fit or something. It seems odd to me when you're in trouble that you wouldn't play a player like that.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Big up to Rasta Stock says Lion Bunner Blood Clot on last season. Looking forward to doing a collaboration with you, bro. 100% Rasta Stocks, man. Like, shout me, bro. Shout me. Get me. Instagram. You're on Instagram. Shout me on Instagram, bro. I'll get you on, my brother. 100%. Rasta Stock's the legend in the house, man. Get me. Big up, man. No, but Shane, it's such a blessing having you on the channel, my bro.
I really enjoyed myself, man. Really enjoyed me. I had a good laugh, and we talked about some serious stuff as well, and that's what it's all about, man. If you just talk about giving out, it can get you down. You know what I mean? It can get you down. So I'm glad that we had a good old laugh with the chat and stuff as well, because that's what it's all about. If the chat wasn't here, it'd be a bit lonely. But listen, I could talk to you all day, man. I could, and I'm glad I came on, and I had a really good time. And you're always welcome on my channel. You know that without even having to ask. You know what I mean? And I'll be texting you again to come on. But absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me on, man. I had a ball.
No problem, man. Go subscribe to Shane, people. Shane Gooner. You get me? If you're hungry, he'll have like the feast for you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's got you covered.
Every time.
You get me? Every day. So make sure you tune in for that, people. But big up, man. Thank you for tuning in to the Fanzdem Experience first episode. You get me? With the legend Shane. There'll be more guests on the channel. You get me? With the individual shows. And then when Shane's free, I'll get him on the Arsenal talk. You know what I mean? When he's free and stuff like that. And we can cook this club. You know what I mean? Because it needs cooking. It really does. You know what I mean?
Solid
We've got the master chef right here. You know what I
mean? I love it.
Trust me. No, but it's always a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming, Shane, man. And big up to everyone in the chat as well. Make sure you subscribe to Shane. Make sure you subscribe to liontekztv as well. Smash them likes, people. Get me? And to the next time, people, bless up, man. Like legends all the time. Bless up and love people. Love every time. Bless people.